finding it's very easy, very funful to resolve those problems through playing games. So let's start with the playgroup. So very basic objective for the child between 2 to 3 years who are in the playgroup age. Here the objective is the child is able to read a single picture, understands the missing piece, identify the missing piece and place it correctly. So here one thing you just keep it in mind is that one picture. So that's why here the methodology we adopt for the children in the age group of 2 years and 3 years, and they are in playgroup, we call it 1x1 matrix puzzle, meaning it's a single picture and single cut. So when we pick up a picture, because in that age the child starts learning and reading pictures. What is there in picture? What is that picture? What is the color of that picture? So all different aspects of that picture we keep describing to the child, so child keeps that in mind. So if you have gone through the mechanism and technique of picture reading, then that's fine. Otherwise you can refer to Educated Kids technique of picture reading. That will give you a lot of answer on that. Single picture and single cut. So once we cut a picture, then it becomes two pieces. For example, this is the picture of a fish, and if we cut from this picture single cut, then it becomes two part. So this is what we need to start with this puzzle game for a child who is between 2 and 3 years of age. So how to do it? Single picture, single cut, two piece. First is that we have to show a picture. So we have a cutout of the picture, full picture. The child must understand. Here we start with reading of the picture. We can talk about the picture. We can ask questions to our child saying that what is this? So child understands and reads the picture. So picture is that it is a fish. It is yellow in color. Its eyes are black, and there is a bluish color around the eye. So these are the various. It's a round in shape. So these are various components of picture reading, and child must be able to do that. Once child is able to do that, what we do after that? Similar picture, we cut it into two pieces. Now you can see there are two pieces. You can cut in any size. So if the child is in early age, so it is obvious that we need to pick up a picture which is generally moderately big in size, so that the child finds it easy to play around with it. So we cut it into two pieces, and the challenge for the child is to make it that complete picture. Now, if you look these two pieces, child must understand which part of the piece is missing. So what we do, we pick up that one part of the picture and ask the child to place it in a play area. So it could be any place. So child is picking and placing it into that one part. Then child must understand by looking to the whole picture which other part of the picture is missing. Then child goes and picks up that another piece and places it in the missing part of the picture. So what happens? The picture is complete now. So this is one by one, and this exercise is mandatory for a child in the playgroup years, 2 to 3 years of age. Child must able to do at least this. That's why we call it's mandatory. And now onwards, whatever will be coming, that will be, we keep on increasing the complexity in this particular puzzle game for the child in the playgroup. Now, what we bring, we make that single picture and making that into 3 pieces. Now we are increasing the level of complexity for the child in the 2 to 3 years of age. Instead of 2 pieces, we are making that picture and converted into 3 pieces. Now this is our picture, that what the child is reading quite well, and what we are just making, instead of 2 pieces, we are cutting it down to 3 pieces. Now the challenge for the child, and child will be able to do this provided child is able to do that 2 pieces correctly. If the child is not able to do and solve that 2-piece puzzle, then it becomes very tough for the child to go into placing these 3 pieces and making that complete picture correctly. So now what will the child will do? Child will, from the cutting pieces, the child will pick up one piece, then child will be placing that into the play zone. So you can define a play zone, child is putting that. Then from this, while the child will be looking to the big picture or a complete picture and a portion of the picture, child will be saying that which part of the picture is missing. Now child will be picking up another piece and placing it in the right place. It may happen, child may put that part of the piece in different locations, and playing that particular situation actually improve the cognitive skill. That particular time when the child is juggling around where the piece has to be there, then actually the mind is working and child is finding the solution there itself. So we as parents and teachers must allow the child to spend a lot of time unless the child completes the task. Many times what happens, either we parents help the child to do it or don't allow the child to spend time on that. That is not going to help to increase the cognitive skill. So when the child is putting that piece, and finally child will be looking to the another piece, final piece, and child will be taking that piece and putting that into the right position. So in that way, the child completes the full picture, and in this way, child is resolving this problem. So this is a problem solving skill. Child picks up the pieces, putting into perspective, and creates that picture what is expected to be created. So here, this kind of synapse, when it is develops in the mind of the child by doing this exercise, that brings the problem solving skill in a systematic way. So now from here onwards, we keep on increasing the pieces of that picture, but keep it in mind, let's work with only one picture. You can cut the pieces into many numbers, but let the picture be one. So you from 3 piece, you make that to 4 piece, make that to 5 piece. As long as the child is able to do that, then it is fantastic for the child, and child is creating and developing that skill gradually and systematically. So this, you need not invest money on this. Schools also, many schools, they ask me, what are the things that we need to get for the improvement of the cognitive skill? And many organizations and many experts, they say that we have hundreds of things to develop these cognitive skills. They are correct. But if you look to this particular game, you can have this at your school. You can take a picture, put it into a cardboard, cut it, and you can cut it to many pieces, and that becomes an asset for your school, and you can use that for as many children as possible by using these cutouts. So it doesn't require for you to invest and buy this expensive stuff for your school when it comes to the development of the skill of the children. So you keep on doing that, so for the child development, they can take benefit of that. So thank you very much for this session, and this session I hope will be very, very fruitful to all the preschool teachers and parents to develop the cognitive skill and problem solving skill of our child. And we look forward to have another session for skill development skills in a very, very systematic and structured way. So we are closing the session right now, and we'll be looking forward to welcome you and bring another session of skill development in a more systematic way. Thank you so much.